So 17.7. So let Px be this formula. And then C is a constant. If Px is divisible by x minus 7. Okay. So again, let's highlight the keywords. Divisible. And then just write down the meaning here. Meaning is remainder, yes, is equal to 0. Okay. And it is divisible by x minus 7. So, and we will have a P number. Okay, the remainder is equal to P number. P what number this time? 7. Okay, just 7. Okay, P7, right? Okay, let us calculate P7. P, so remainder is equal to P7. 有冇同學唔清楚個測字係點樣嚟嘅？有冇同學需要解釋呢度？呢個 7 ，OK? Yes. And it is divisible by x minus 7, and then you do it in the draft paper. You put this thing to be equal to 0, and then calculate the value of x. So x minus 7 equals 0. Then the value of x is just 7, right? That will be the number you will need to put into the bracket in order to calculate the remainder. It's always like this. Okay? We calculate remainder by putting number into the bracket here, bracket of the function. But now we really have the formula of this function. So we can really continue to do the calculation here. Like this. So it should be 2 times 7 squared minus 11 times 7 plus c. Okay? You just change all the x to be 7. And if it is pure number, if one term is a pure number, then you may use the calculator to calculate. For example, 2 times 7 squared is 98, right? And then minus 77, and then plus c. And pure numbers, then you just calculate the pure numbers. 98 minus 77 should be, thank you, 21, and then plus c. Just copy the plus c. And this is our remainder, but we just write this. The remainder should be equal to 0. So we are going to put our remainder to be equal to 0. And we can calculate the unknown c. Therefore, our remainder should be equal to 0, which means that c should be, sorry, yes, because it's divisible, right? So the value of c should be negative 21. Okay? But this is not what the question is asking you to find. Okay? Question is asking you to find the remainder when px is divided by 2x plus 1. This time, we are going to consider the other division, the other step. When it is divided by 2x plus 1, the remainder should be equal to p number. 今次應該代咩數佢啊 ？p 乜嘢嚟㗎 ？When it is divided by 2x plus 1, the remainder, how can we know what should I put into the bracket this time? 今次應該代咩啊？冇開除冇翻，冇翻。Okay. Yes, good. Negative 1 over 2. Okay, good. 有冇同學唔知道點樣出個負1 over 2出嚟嘅？需唔需要講？需要。就係 put 個 2x 加1等於0。put 你喺個草稿紙嗰度。嗱，頭先咧我哋咪 put 個，我哋要諗下要計 remainder。佢講到嘅嘢關於 remainder 事，或者佢叫你揾 remainder 嘅話咧，你睇下佢係 divisible 大幾多，或者係 divide 大幾多。你將嗰個嘢 put 咗等於0喺草稿紙嗰度啊 ，put 等於0，然之後計個 x 出嚟，計到個 x 個答案咧。就係你要擺入去括號裏邊講個數字嚟啦。OK， 所以咧今次你而家佢咪話咧關於 remainder 啊嘛，咁咪就係關於 remainder 事啦。我就諗 P 括嘅一個數啦，係嘛？ 嗰個數係咩咧？咁睇佢 divide by 咩嘢喎？ by x 加1嘅話咧，我哋喺草稿紙嗰度就 put 個 2x 加1等於0 ，2x 加1等於0，將個1減翻過去嘅話咧 ，2x 係咪等於負1啊？除翻個2過去 ，x 咧係咪等於負1 over 2啊？呢個計唔到，個負1 over 2就係咁出嚟㗎啦。即係就係我哋要擺，sorry， 就係要擺入去個括號裏邊嗰個數，得唔得？需唔需要我打埋出嚟呢度？我先講咗，要跟到啦，嗬，得唔得？好啦，so when we have p negative 1 over 2, but we really have the formula of x, so we have to replace all the x by negative 1 over 2 here. So 2 times negative 1 over 2 bracket square minus 11 times negative 1 over 2 and then plus c. But c has been found to be negative 21. Okay? So this is a pure number. So we will use the calculator to help you find the answer. So can you find the answer? Now, is it this one? Am I correct? Okay. So the answer is option B. Can you get the correct answer? 好，呢種題目掌握到，得唔得？嗱，呢一題啊，呢題咧算係複雜㗎啦。OK， 喺 DSE 嘅題目嚟講，算係複雜㗎啦。如果掌握到呢題嘅話咧，應該可以掌握到，應該可以做到大部分嘅 DSE 嘅題目啦。OK， 因為咧嗱，即係我咩為之複雜啲啦？就係咧，佢俾咗一個嘢 divisible 你要自己計出一個未知數先。然之後咧，佢就再問你另外一樣嘢，呢一樣嘢咧算係複雜啲㗎啦，喺 MC 嚟講啊，算係複雜啲嘅。OK， 咁睇下大家掌握到冇？Okay, do you have any problems for this 17.07? Can you try the other questions now? So that will be this. Try this. So I give you 8 minutes or maybe 10 minutes. 10 minutes to do this. Yes. No, just. It's not just leave it for okay. And then so actually options. All options just okay. So later we need to eliminate the B. Yes, that's that. But let's see how it goes. Do class right now. Things. Bây giờ mình做呢啲，即係我揀出嚟嗰啲咧，都係一啲唔使點樣解題嘅題嚟啦。即係你記住啲 keyword 就得啦。只要記得個做法嘅話咧，基本上就會冇乜機會俾你錯嘅。Yes。 yes 呢題咧係佢出得咧好似難啲咁樣，咁但係咧有 A 有 B， 你唔需要理佢住嘅，你只要跟住我哋嗰啲流程去做先。咁咧，但係問題就係你今次係揾唔到 A 等於幾多，揾唔到 B 等於幾多嘅，你都可以驗到條式係咪 A 加 B 加1等於零啊？咁你就 save 佢做 equation one 先，咁陣流層代陣加用 ，OK。之後你就繼續咧去答佢嘅題目啦，翻佢嘅經驗嘅。不過咧嗱，如果你望嗰四個 option 嘅話咧，嗰四個 option 咧係咪全部都係 in terms of A only 㗎？冇 B 喎係嘛？即係話咧 somehow 我哋陣間有一個 step 咧，我哋需要整走嗰啲嘢 ，OK？ 我哋記住一樣嘢先，但係我哋一路做一路順住佢樣做先，呢個 step 我先需要整走。Yes. Invisible 係啦，係啦 ，yes。Yes. Okay. Thank you. And so I think you may not be able to do this one. Okay, so I will talk about this. But you may, no, just listen to me. Okay, you may try, but I think it's actually not working. Just want to remind you that in the question 20 to 20.06. This keyword, can you see this? The factor also means this. Okay? X plus 2 is a factor of gx. Also means remainder is equal to 0. Okay? So there are a few keywords having the same meaning. one. What? 但你記少少嘢就做到啦。Have you done the 18.08? Okay. So gx is a function, and then we have the formula of gx. It's normal. Okay, and then gx is divisible by x minus 1. Divisible by x minus 1. So the remainder is equal to 0. So we need to calculate g1. G1 is calculated by this formula. It becomes 1 plus a plus b. This is the remainder. And because of this keyword, so I put this remainder to be equal to 0. Okay? And then I don't know what to do at this moment. So I just say this to be equation 1 first. 得唔得？你有一條式 ，OK， 有兩個未知數嘅，我哋暫時未計到有啲咩，即係你計到個 A， 你計到個 B， 但係又未知道有啲咩可以用嘅時候咧，我就 save 做 equation 1先，留待陣間用。但你要記住，我哋有嘢未用嘅，得唔得？一定要用嘅。 俾你嘅資料咧，一定要用嘅，得唔得？好啦，嗰個未知我點用啦？我就開始睇下咧，有啲咩，即係我係叫你投啲咩啦 ？Find the remainder when gx is divided by x plus 1. Okay, I want to find the remainder. So the remainder again is calculated by g number. Can you tell me what number should I put in the bracket this time? -1. Yes, good. Okay, because it is divided by x plus 1. So number inside the bracket should be -1. And then we have the formula, so we can really calculate g -1. Should be like this, a times -1 to the power 7 plus b. So if it is pure number, then you may use the calculator to help you. -1 to the power 8 is just +1. And then plus a times -1 plus b, or just 1 minus a plus b. The question asks you to find this remainder. Okay, this is my remainder. So normally, this would be my answer, but I cannot find anything similar to this in the options. Okay， 跟住我哋話啦，我睇睇呢4個 option， 每一個 option 都係冇 B 喺度嘅。There's no B in any one of the options. Okay, so I need to eliminate the B. I need to make B to be in terms of A. Okay, so where can I find this relationship between A and B? I just remember that I have an equation 1 here that I haven't used. Okay, so from equation 1, so let's go backward here. From equation 1, now I know what to do. I need to make B to be the subject, to be in terms of A, because I want to remove the B, okay, and the answer. So I need to change the subject to B from this. So B is equal to -1 minus A. Okay, when B is changed to be the subject of this equation, it should be -1 minus A. And now, going back to answering the question. To find the remainder, I pause at this step, right? And now I can know what should I do to the B. B is what? Is -1 minus A. Can you get this? Okay, this is from equation 1 with the B being the subject. Okay, because I know that I should change the subject to B. Okay, then the B is replaced by -1 minus A. Okay, and then removing the bracket is 1 minus A minus 1 minus A. 1 minus 1 will be cancelled by each other. So what is remaining is just -A minus A. So the answer should be -2A. Are you correct? So it should be option C.好，呢條算係最難㗎啦，得唔得？係咪？點解第二難？揀2、1、2係最難。你哋大概跟得到我呢度呢幾個位啊？即係話咧，嗱，我重複多次啊。呢度咧，1加 A 加 B 嘅啦。其實我頭先做到呢個嘅時候咧，我係唔知道應該跟住做啲咩嘅，係正常嘅。OK， 跟住我唔知應該做咩嘅話咧，我又計唔到 A 又計唔到 B 嘅話咧，就叻佢做 equation 1先啦。咁我唔知道咩，跟住我就再睇題目啦。佢叫我求點樣咧？求呢一個 remainder 喎啊，咁我就 G1 嘅 G 負1啦。跟住計下嘅時候咧，計到係1加 A 加 B 嘅。原則上呢一個咧，其實已經係答案嚟啦，可以係答案嚟啦。OK， 但係我見到呢4個 option 裏邊，每一個都係冇 B 喺度嘅，所以我就知道咧，我可以整走個 B， 整走個 B， 係將佢化做一條 A， 用 A 嚟表達 B。咁我點解可以得到即係呢個資料咧？點樣用 A 嚟表達 B 呢個資料咧？就係喺頭先呢個一式呢一度啦。呢個一式咧就係一個 A 同 B 之間嘅關係，呢個等式嚟嘅。如果我將個 B 轉到 subject 嘅話咧，我就知道點樣去用 A 去表達 B 啦，即係 express B in terms of A 係咩意思？原來 B 係等於負1減 A 嘅 ，B 可以變成負1減 A 嘅。咁我就將呢一個咧，頭先我調解呢個位咧，將呢個 B 呢個位咧，將佢變成負1減 A， 跟住化簡之後咧，我哋真係揾到個答案啦。得唔得？要咁樣做 ？Okay. All right. So I think you have done 19.09 and the one for 20, right? So I just do it very quickly for 19 and 20. 嗱呢度咧，如果係 long track 啊，我教大家寫埋先。如果 long track 嘅話咧，呢一個咧係冇任何啲咩 fx 啊、gx 啊、gx 嗰啲嘅。咁我哋咧唔好論識呢一句，我哋就咁寫 let fx be 2x to the power 4 plus kx cubed minus 4x minus 16。OK， 俾個 fx 佢先，因為陣間會好寫一啲嘅。long track 嘅話就必要啦。And it is divisible by 2x plus k. Divisible by 2x plus k. Again, this means remainder being 0. Okay, so our remainder should be calculated by f number. 好，今次咧，佢 divisible by 2x plus k. What should I put into the bracket? It is divisible by 2x plus k. Using the same idea. In a draft paper, you put this to be 0 and then calculate the answer of x. Negative k over 2. Can you get this? Okay, so I need to put negative k over 2 into the bracket in order to calculate the remainder. Okay, so every x in the formula will be changed to negative k over 2 here. Like this. And then just do it very carefully. And 我想問，如果我直接講話負數嘅雙數次方出嚟變翻做正數，呢一樣嘢大家 O 唔 OK？負數嘅單數次方 出嚟會變咗一個負數，唔需要再多講，呢度咁樣度 OK 嗬。講試下負數嘅雙數次方出嚟變翻個正數嘅，所以咧第一個 term 應該咧就變咗做咁樣嘅2乘以 k to the power 4 over 16。Okay, and then the second term, the odd number power of a negative number becomes negative. So this is a plus negative number. So this term becomes minus. So we have k here, and then times. The cube is shared by the k, and the 2 cube is 8. Okay? Get this? And then we have minus negative number. So double negative becomes plus. And 4 and 2 will be cancelled by 2. So it will be 2k. And then minus 16. Can you still follow what is that? Just power 4 is shared by k and 2. Okay, 2 to the power 4 is 16. And this power 3 is shared by k and 2. Okay? And then this 2 and this 16 have a common factor to be cancelled. So the first term becomes k4 over 8. Okay? And then minus. And this k and this 8 does not have any common factor to be cancelled. So this k should be multiplied to the top part of the fraction. K times k cubed becomes, yes, k power 4. So it is k power 4 over 8 plus 2k minus 16. And you should be happy seeing this. Why? Are you happy? Yes, these two terms are exactly the same. Okay, but 1 plus 1 minus. Okay, therefore they are completely cancelled by each other. So what's remaining in this remainder is just, yes, 2k minus 16. This is our remainder, right? Are we calculating remainder? Yes, remainder. But the question tells us that it is divisible, which means that our remainder should be equal to 0. And from this, we are already able to calculate the value of k. Yes. Is the question asking us to find the value of k? Yes. So that will be the answer. Okay, sorry. You see? So the answer is option D. Get this? Okay, 20.06. Gx is this, and then a is a constant. X plus 2 is a factor of gx. I just told you that remainder is equal to 0 for this keyword, right? Wait. So I think I have some typing mistake here. Wait. Sorry. The question should not ask you to find gx. Should be, let me see. No, it's my typing. It should be, what is the question number? 20.06. Yes, it should be G2, not GX. Okay, sorry about this. Question should ask you to find G2, not GX. This should be G2. Okay, sorry about this. Okay, but the calculation is actually similarly done. like this, right? Gx is this, and x plus 2 is a factor of gx, so we have to put the remainder to be 0. So we need to calculate the remainder first. Remainder should be calculated by g number. What should I put into the bracket this time? If x plus 2 is a factor of gx. Negative 2. It's okay? So g negative 2. And we have the formula of gx, so it is a times negative 2 cubed plus 4a times negative 2 squared minus 24. And then just calculate the number first. A times negative 8, right? And then plus 4a times 4 minus 24. And first term is negative 8a, and then plus 16a minus 24. Negative 8a and 16a are like terms, so they can be calculated. It should be positive 8a minus 24. And this is our remainder. But the question suggests that the remainder should be equal to 0. So we have to put our remainder to be equal to 0. And then 8a is equal to 24, a is 3. Okay? This one, just write down. So in case sometimes later you want to do revision, then at least you have something to revise. Yes, the 3 is not the answer yet because the question is not asking us to find the value of a. The question asks us to find G2. So G2 should be equal to a. That is 3 times 2 cubed plus 4a. That is 4 times 3 times 2 squared minus 24. Can you get this? Because we have found a to be 3. Just replace all the a by 3. And this time, the question asks us to find G2, so we need to replace the x by 2. Okay? And this is a pure number, so you may use the calculator to help you.
48.
Should be 48, is it? Okay, yes, good. So the answer is option D. Yes, thank you. Okay. 好，請問呢題有冇問題？有問到大家？嗱，希望呢題係算簡單嘅題啊，得唔得？連分數都冇㗎。最後咯喎。I think this one is actually very difficult. Okay, 21.08 should be very difficult. Okay. 嗱，有多一樣嘢咧，多一樣嘢你要記嘅，記嘅。Okay. 記住喎。Can I roll downwards? Please write this down. Please write this down. The dividend is equal to divisor times quotient plus remainder. And what? Yes. It's normal to have ring summer. Why you look so? Okay. you see the words clearly? Okay. Let's write this down first. Okay. Yeah, you just show me this. We'll be okay. It's better.幾時要用到呢一個咧？即係話鬼咁講，幾時咩題目係會令到我哋唔能夠就咁用到頭先嗰個 remainder 嗰樣嘢咧？跟住喎 ，when the divisor has square term, then we cannot use the remainder theorem that we used before. And which one is the divisor? What is meant by the divisor? Divided by this. Okay, when something is divided by this, and this has square term, or power 3 or power 4, okay, then we have to use this. Okay, 陣先教點樣用啊，但我想教你睇到啲乜嘢嘢，就係要用呢樣嘢先。Okay， 誒呢度 px is divided by x plus 1. This is the divisor. No square term, right? So we can use the remainder theorem in this line, from this line. Okay? Px is divisible by x minus 1. Divisible by x minus 1. 呢一個咧都係 divisor 嚟嘅，係嘛 ？Divisible by 就等同於 divided by。不過今次咧 divisible 咧係講多一個資料俾你聽，就係 remainder 等於0啦，係咪？好啦 ，by x minus 1, no square term. So we can use what we have learned before. Okay? That is P1 equal to 0. Okay? 睇到呢個先。之前嗰啲題目 is x plus 2 is a factor of gx. X plus 2 is the divisor. No square term. So we are very smooth here. Okay? 睇到幾個 divisible by 2x plus k. Although there is an unknown, but there is no square term. So very smooth. All right. So what makes us not smooth is this one. Okay. This divisor has a square term. So we introduce some other techniques here. Okay, like this. And 好啦，嗱呢一個係個 divisor 啦嘛，呢個係 divisor. And then the dividend is the original function px. Okay. 好啦，一齊跟住寫咯。Dividend, that is px, is equal to the divisor x squared minus 1 times quotient. Normally, we do not care about quotient. Okay, just write quotient for quotient. Okay, we do not care what it is. So it is just a row. Okay, we do not care the content of quotient. But 呢個咧要記嘅，都要記啊。The remainder, we need to let something to be the remainder this time. 跟住喎，如果 divisor 咧係有 square term 嘅，淨係得 square term 嘅，我哋要 let the remainder be ax plus b. Okay, ax plus b. That is like this. And we are going to find the remainder. Okay, we are going to find the remainder, which means that we have to find the values of a and b in this question. Can you get this? Okay, we need to find the values of a and b in order to find the remainder, which is what the question is asking us to find. Okay, 好得啦，即係咁樣。嗱，我講一次啊。呢個咧要記住嘅，就係先講咗啦。幾時要用呢樣嘢咧？就係當個 divisor 係有二次方或者以上嘅，就要用呢樣嘢去列式啦。OK， 咁呢個 dividend 就係呢一個啦，原本嗰個 function。呢個 divisor 就係啱講嗰個啦。quotient 係唔重要嘅，就咁寫 quotient 得啦。remainder 就係永遠俾呢一個咧 divisor 咧 低一次方嘅，低一次方。呢、個咪通常係二次方啊，最大二次方。呢、個咧就要有一次方同埋零次方，即係 ax plus b 咁樣。OK， 好啦，咁跟住我哋點揾咧？有啲咩資料俾你咧 ？When px is divided by x plus 1, when px is divided by x plus 1, the remainder 我咁寫啊 ，when px is divided by x plus 1, the remainder should be equal to p number, p1 number. When px is divided by x plus 1, if I want to find the remainder ourselves, then I need to put a number, yes, here. It should be not 1, negative 1, right? Negative 1. It should be p negative 1. Do we have the formula of px? Is it given? No. So we cannot continue to calculate what p negative 1 is. Okay? But we know that the remainder is given to be negative 2. So we know that p negative 1 is equal to negative 2. Call this equation 1. It's okay? And then we have the next information. Next information that px is divisible by x minus 1. What's meant by divisible? Now, divisible is still remainder equal to 0. Okay? So it is still about the remainder. So from this, px is divisible by x minus 1. We know that the remainder is calculated by p1. But we do not have the formula of px, so we cannot continue to calculate p1. Okay? But it is divisible. So this remainder p1 should also be equal to 0. Okay? And we label this to be equation 2.好，呢度呢幾行應該跟到我呢幾行得唔得？呢個咧係嚟自題目嘅兩個資料嚟嘅，係嘛？當佢除 x 加嘅時候，已經等於2，佢係 divisible by x 減1。OK， 好啦，嗱跟住咧，我會用翻我頭先叻出嚟嗰句嘅呢句。Okay， and because p negative 1 is equal to negative 2, so in our equation p negative 1, we can actually calculate p negative 1 should be equal to negative 1 bracket square minus 1 times quotient plus a times negative 1 plus b. Can you see? P negative 1. Because I have let px to be x squared minus 1 times quotient plus a times x plus b. So when I change the x to be negative 1, so I need to change every x in the formula to be negative 1. Okay? But you're happy seeing this. So which part makes you happy? So what is negative 1 bracket square? 1. What is 1 minus 1? 0. What is 0 times quotient? 0. Okay, so this stupid thing is actually vanished. Okay, so what is remaining on the right hand side is negative a plus b. Okay, so right hand side is negative a plus b. But so what we are calculating is p negative 1. But we have already found that p negative 1 is equal to negative 2. So this left hand side can be changed to negative 2. Left hand side is negative 2. And this is our equation 3. Okay? 有冇同學可以話俾我知，我下一個 step 應該點樣做？What should I calculate for the next
P1.
Yes, P1. Okay, I have just used this equation, right? To calculate P -1 with this. And then I am going to use equation 2 here. Equation 2 involves P1. So I need to use my equation to calculate P1 and then put it to be 0. So the next one is P1 is equal to 1 square minus 1 times quotient plus A1 plus B. And you should be happy seeing this. Which part makes you happy? Yes, 1 square is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 times quotient is 0. So what is remaining on the right-hand side is A plus B. And the left-hand side is 0 because from equation 2, we know that P1 should be equal to 0. Okay? And this is our equation 4. Okay, so now can you calculate the values of A and B yourselves with equation 3 and equation 4 solving simultaneous equations? Can you tell me what is the value of A and B? Do the simultaneous equations yourselves. Yes, correct. Good. So I see most of you are using method of substitution. So I'm going to use the method of elimination. Okay, so I'm adding equation 3 to equation 4. Left hand side, -2 plus 0 is -2. Yes. And then right hand side, the A terms, we have -A plus A cancelled by each other. And for the B terms, we have B plus B. That should be 2B. So from this equation, we can find that B should be equal to -1. Can you find this? So when we have found one of the unknown, then we just substitute this into sub B equals -1 into either equation 3 or equation 4. It will be equation 4. Okay, 0 is equal to A plus -1. Okay, so A is equal to 1. Can you find this? So what is the remainder? The question asks to find the remainder. And our remainder is AX plus B. And now we have found the values of A and B. So we can write down the remainder. That is the answer. Therefore, the remainder is AX plus B. That is 1x plus -1. Okay? Or just x minus 1. Okay, 1x minus 1. Okay? That is option B. Okay? But this one is extremely difficult, I think. Okay. So, do you have any problems? And next Monday, so I will continue to talk about the remaining question about HCF, LCF, or some rational functions. That's fractional functions. Okay. So please remember break this track, and let's take a break now. Yes. Okay, stand up. Goodbye, class.